Hi, my name is Antonio Fred, dance instructor with weddingdancetutorial.com. Let's have a look at a short demonstration to illustrate what we're going to learn in the lessons in this video.
When your legs don't work like they used to before, and I can't sweep you off of your feet, will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? Will your eyes still smile from your cheeks? Darling, I will be loving you till we're 70. And baby, my heart could still fall as hard at 23. And I'm thinking about how people fall in love.
There's one leader, this is going to be me, and one follower. It's all about communication. So the exercise we're going to do now is a simple exercise, and it's really practicing following for the lady. What we're going to do is go palm to palm, and I'm going to lead the lady by moving forward and back. And what I want, or what we're trying to achieve here, is that the lady keeps her elbow bent at a 90-degree angle. So when I increase the tension here, the lady moves back. But what we don't want is this, the arm folding back. And if I decrease the tension, the lady moves forward. So the idea is that the lady keeps the tension constant between her hands. And that's how we're going to learn to lead and follow. The tension should be such that if you had an A4 sheet of paper, it wouldn't fall. But if you had, say, a mandarin, you wouldn't make juice out of it. So a little tension and constant tension. So leaders, when you practice this, try not to be too predictable. Change direction without giving any other hints than you're leading and following. And ladies, what we want you to do is tune in that lead. So you really need to put your mind in that lead, in these fingertips. Okay, this is the first exercise. Now, in order to bring this a little forward, what we're going to do is we're going to reverse role. It's important that I, as a leader, understand what following means as well. And Paula is going to lead me. So you go ahead. So I'm just keeping that tension constant. Okay, that's all I'm focusing on. And we reverse direction. And that's it. So it's a real simple little exercise. Now we're going to go up a notch a bit, rack it up a little bit. And what we're going to do here is that, ladies, I'm going to lead you again. But this time, you're going to close your eyes. And so you're going to focus even more on these fingertips. And there we go. So Paula has eyes closed and following my lead. And just for a bit of fun, we're going to reverse the role, and Paula is going to lead me. So I close my eyes and become a follower for a second. And there we go. She's a tricky girl. Okay. Okay, very good. Thank you. Now, this is leading and following, and this is your first exercise. It's a very important exercise. So remember, one leader, one follower. Okay? And all the communication, or most of it anyways, will come through this frame. So it's important to practice this. Take your time. There are no dance steps yet. You're just walking up and down. Practice this exercise. So we identify 4 blocks: head, shoulders, ribcage, and hips. And these 4 blocks should be aligned in such a way that your chin is level with the ground, ears on top of the shoulders, long neck, shoulders down and relax, elbows away from your body. Now, if you get all this right, you should have a curve in your lower back. Mind if I check there? Perfect. Curve in the lower back, nice and straight, chin level with the ground. Now, next thing, we're going to talk about the frame. Now, what the frame is from fingertips up the arm, across the shoulders to fingertips. And remember, the frame is all about communication. The frame also has a second purpose, which is styling, and we will talk about this later on in the tutorial. For now, remember to keep your elbows away from you, and your hands should always be above your elbows. So this is the height you're going to be at. Relax the shoulders, else you move like a robot. Okay, so we want to relax the shoulders, keep the elbows away, and let your hands and your arms move. Now, the connection, how we're going to connect to our partner. There are several connections. The first one is called a close hold. Leaders, you're going to put your right hand on the follower's shoulder blade, and the follower is going to put her left arm on my arm with the hand on top of my shoulder, right here. Don't drop it too low. Keep it on the shoulder if you can. And look at this, a full connection, no gaps, no light here, a full connection. Okay, so when I move, you see my partner is moving, and all I've got to do is move the upper body to get my partner moving. Now let's see the other side of this close hold. This hand is now called a hook. And the hook is this. 4 fingers together, thumb away. Never touch your partner with a thumb. See, if I do, we're going to demonstrate this. If we do hold with the thumb, what happens is this. We're putting pressure on the joints, and you can see it's a bit painful, isn't it? Okay, it's painful. So what we want to do is finger touch. I put my finger, middle finger, index finger, either or in to the hook so that I can turn the lady without hurting her. Now this is called a second hold. We've got 2 holds. I started with the second one because it's the one we're going to use most and it's the most important one. The first hold is palm to palm and close the hand. Keep the hand relaxed. Now this hold is a little bit limiting because, as I said, we can't turn the lady. There's very little we can do with it. So you can either choose to start in the second hold, or else start in the first hold but move very quickly to the second hold. I would recommend you just forget about the first hold and start in the second hold. It's a very good hold, very versatile. And remember, very important, thumbs away. So this is our close hold. Now the open hold is very similar. I simply release the shoulder blade and open here. Now both hands connected and both from the outside. So if we turn around, you can see it's exactly the same thing, or it's a mirror image. I'm going from the outside of the hand into the lady's hook. Obviously, we may hold 1 hand, 2 hands, and we may also cross hold. Depending on the move and the patterns we're going to do, we'll see them all on time. But the main points to remember here is elbows away from your body, hands above the elbow, ladies, and shoulders relaxed. For the guys, no thumbs. Never use a thumb. You must use a very light lead. Very light. It's simple finger touch. Okay, and that's what you need to know about posture, frame, and holding your partner. We're going to learn the step, and so that we can start moving around and dancing with that step. Now, this step is very, very simple. What I'm going to do in a close hold position to start is I'm going to press the floor away from me. I'm going to start with my left foot, and the lady will start on the right foot, so that we're on the opposite foot. And I simply press the floor away from me. Very importantly, I'm not going to carry my weight on the heel. All of my weight should be on the ball of my foot, on the forward part of the foot. Again, if you can walk, you can step. The important thing, though, is to keep on stepping. So when you are doing a pattern later on, a lot of time, in order to learn the pattern or execute the pattern, we freeze and we stop stepping and we focus all on that upper body work. The reason the step is so simple is that you have no excuse to stop it. You must keep dancing. Okay, so no stopping. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going around and around and around. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, I keep nice relaxed shoulders, a good connection, and a loose hold. So as you've just seen, we very easily go around, and we can also travel. What traveling means that we're going to go forward, we're going to go back, and what you're going to do is use the floor as much as possible. Now we're just going to forward a little bit and back a little bit, but you can go a lot further. Use the space. Use your dance floor. Don't get stuck in the middle or even worse on the side of it. So travel, learn to travel, keep pressing the floor away, and you're now dancing. Now we're going to see a move called the basket. Let us demonstrate. With my left hand, I'm going to come across Paula's face and bring her into a turn, but I'm not going to let go of the right hand. And now we're in a basket, side by side. Okay, let's do that again. Holding both hands, but no thumbs, I bring Paula into a turn, keeping hold of the right hand nice and low. And here is your basket. So once we're in the basket, there are many things we can do. We can turn. A little bit of eye contact, Paula, thank you very much. We can travel forward or back, and we can swivel. Now, the swivel is this. We're going to turn on the spot. So I'm going to turn on the spot. Paula is going to turn on the spot. I'm leading this by pulling on the right hand. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So effectively, we've changed side, but simply by turning on the spot. Let's do it again. 1, I pull on the left hand this time, 4. So I pull on the outside hand, 1, and there we swivel. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the idea here is when you're in a basket is to travel, turn, swivel, always use the floor as much as you can. So we're going 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and back, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Coming out of the basket, well, the simplest way is left up and turn the lady out. And there you go, that's your basket. Nice and easy. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There you go, hammerlock. And again, just like the basket in the previous video, we're going to turn and we're going to travel with this hammerlock. Now, let's have a little look at how we do this. Again, it's a turn, so I'm going to bring the hand up, just at height here, not well above the head, just above the eyebrows. And very importantly for the hammerlock, I'm going to lower the right hand. Then, when I have the right hand basically as low as it can go, I'll go around Paula's head with my left hand. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1. All the way until we're shaping towards each other. So remember, what we define as shaping is where our shoulders are pointing. So we don't want to stay here away from each other. We're shaping towards each other. Now just let me demonstrate what happens if you forget to lower the right hand. What you're going to do is you're going to turn the lady. Often when you practice, you'll forget that right hand and you're going to end up like this. Or, sorry now. There we go, somewhere like this. So it's not pleasant. And all that is lowering that right hand. Nice and low, as low as it can go. Left hand up and around we go. Now that's your hammerlock. Again, in a hammerlock, you travel forward, you travel back, and of course you turn. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you can also, well, not you can, you must also bring your lady out. So the simplest way to bring your lady out of the hammerlock here is left hand up and turn her out. And there you go. So that's your hammerlock. Again, a nice, easy move that you will probably use. Practice it and have fun with it. And 4. Let's have a look at this. We're going to look at the basic turns first and how we may turn the lady. So, to turn the lady, you can use left into right, right into right, left into right, left into left, and so on. You have many different holds possible, even cross holds, 2 hands. The most important thing to remember is that, 1, you do not use your thumb, leaders, or ladies, followers. You're going to bring the hand at height. The height I'm talking about here is just about above the eyebrows, not above the head. Just about here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to lead the lady to turn by going around her head. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4. I can do this. Left hand, again, I'm going to demonstrate a couple of them. So if I use the right hand, right into left, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when I'm going around the lady's head, I keep my palm facing down with one finger pointing down to the ground. Okay, one finger pointing down to the ground, palm facing down. Okay, let's do a right into right. Again, it's the same thing. So I'm not really worried about the connection. And what I mean by this is I'm not worried about losing connection. It won't happen. Don't hang on to the hand for dear life. Just finger touch, light finger touch. Now, we're also going to turn, guys. And the way we're going to turn is slightly different. Now the palm of our hand is going to face the ceiling. So if I turn, it's palm up. I'm going to put my palm up and I'm simply going to step under. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm always counting to 4, by the way. I'm always trying to fit things in 4, 8, 12s. Now, again, palm up as I turn. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So next concept we're going to talk about is called spotting. Now, if we look at Paula's here and look at her face and look how good she looks. What we're going to do, spotting is this. As I turn Paula, she's going to look at me, and about here, when she can't look at me comfortably anymore, she's going to look away from me, find a spot, and then back to me again. I'm going to demonstrate the same thing. It's exactly the same thing for the man. So I'm going to spot, turn, and find my spot again. Now I may use just one spot, or I may use 2 or 3 spots. So I could simply go spot, 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 and spot. I prefer 1 or 2. Okay, so that will make you look sharper. It will also make you look like you know exactly what's happening, and you're very much on top of things. Okay, and lastly, the great advantage is if you do a lot of turnings, if you turn the lady a lot especially, it's quite often that we get a little bit dizzy. And by spotting, you will slow down that process. Don't look at everything as you turn, trying to take in everything, and look at everyone looking at you. And just pick a spot and try and keep on your spot. You're going. Thank you. Now I'm going. So that's spotting. Okay? So light hand hold around the head, not above the head, and use spotting. Next thing. It's good to use the floor, as we've discussed earlier. It's good to move forward, back. It's good to swap position. We don't want to stay static. It's all about movement. It's all about motion. So what I'm going to do here is when I turn my partner, I'm going to walk onto the other side of her. So we go 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have swap position while doing this turn. Very simply, turning my partner and stepping up to the other side. 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is it. This is turning for the lady, for the man, spotting, and turning while swapping position. Have fun practicing this. Take your time with it.